Hi everyone and welcome to this webinar on our newest feature, the SRO Framework with our milestones feature. What I want to do today in this webinar is explain you a little bit more on how it works, but also where it comes from. And I will show you in our platform how the milestones will look like and how you can use it to your benefit in your own team. So basically, what we did in the last couple of years, we have a cooperation with the Cialdini Institute. So it's an institute created by Robert Cialdini, the behavior scientist. I think everyone knows the seven principles. So what we did with them, is study how does it work to use behavioral science to make sure to implement your employee advocacy strategy in the right way, and also to activate your colleagues to make them share as much as possible, but also to keep them as active as possible in your team. So what we did, we evaluated a couple of scientific research articles with them, and we created a step-by-step program that will help you as our client to implement employee advocacy in the right way, or social reach optimization in the right way. And we first tested it last year with a couple of our clients, and now we integrated it into our system, so in the Postal platform, in the web version. So the milestone approach, in which I will talk about a little bit later, we have 7 different milestones with a step-by-step action points for you to complete and to make sure you are onboarding, but also implementing our software in the right way and activating your team in the right way. So it's like small steps that will help you to improve your program and make sure everyone is as active as possible. For new clients, they will always start at milestone 1 and then complete all of the milestones from there. For our existing clients who are already working with our system, maybe for a couple of years already, they can decide, okay, which milestones do I want to complete, and not complete everything because maybe a couple of things are already known to you. So the idea is that we're not only a software company anymore, but we also offer a framework that will help you to make sure you're doing the implementation in the right way. And we talked about it with our team, and for our existing clients, we want to offer this free of charge to help you to make sure your team is as active as possible. In addition, we expanded our customer success team, so my team is expanded. So in the next couple of months, we want to try to help our clients even more by implementing the framework. So if you are interested, then please contact us, and we will help you to set up the framework and to make sure you are doing the right things in your brand ambassador program. Just to give you some background information on why we created the framework, the milestones, and why it's really important for you to start using it in your team. So what do the milestones look like? So we have, as I said before, 7 different milestones, and each milestone has their own subject. So for example, new clients will always start, for example, with milestone 1, establishing their strategy and their structure. So making sure, okay, what do I want to communicate with my brand ambassadors? Which groups do I want to create? Which topics do I want to create and post about? How can I make sure the right groups are in the system, the topics are in the system? And basically the basics of your program, making sure that's set up correctly. In that milestone, you will decide which content you want to post through your colleagues or co-workers in this case. And this milestone, for example, consists of 11 simple steps. So small steps you need to complete. One will have, for example, a couple of videos that will explain how to set up your strategy in the right way. Another will have a link to our strategy template, which you can use to fill in your content strategy in Excel, for example. And others will have a task you need to perform in our system. So for example, one task would be, okay, you now have to set up your strategy in the Postal platform in the web version. So all of these steps have their own tasks, be it watching videos or completing tasks in a system or scheduling a meeting with your colleagues or scheduling a meeting, for example, with us, with our customer success team. But I will show you in a minute how it also looks like in the system. So that's milestone 1. Milestone 2 is all about onboarding. So how can I make sure that I'm onboarding my team in the proper way? We have some e-learning videos on that. We have a template kickoff presentation that you can use as a template. And we have a meeting structure you can set up with your team to make sure everyone is as active as possible. And things are not going downhill after, for example, 2 or 3 months. You need to have your touch points with your team. And we have like advice on how to set up the meetings also with your team, but also with your admins to make sure you're keeping everyone on the same page. So that's milestone 2. Milestone 3 is really important. It's all about how can I make sure I'm distributing the post in the right way through our system. We're still seeing a couple of our admins creating one post variation, sending it to, for example, 100 people on the exact same time and date. So this milestone is all about making sure you're using the variations in the right way, using our AI features in the right way, but also discovering features in our system that you might not even know, but could be really beneficial to your team. So it's really like more in-depth tours of how to use our composer, so creating posts for your team. And we've created several webinars on that you can watch on your own time to see maybe there are some features that you don't know about yet, but could be really beneficial for you to start using. So it's all about distributing posts to your team. 4 is also really important. It's all about getting uploads from the team. So we've seen a lot of clients still struggling a little bit with this, not having too much uploads from their team coming in organically. So we have like a step-by-step plan to make sure, okay, how can I use my colleagues and maybe a meeting structure or other ideas to make sure I'm getting the right content at the right time from my team, because I want the authentic content from the team in a mix with also the corporate content that I'm sending right now from myself. So if you really want to boost your uploads, then I would really strongly advise to start with, for example, milestone 4, follow the steps there, use our advice, and we'll make sure that you get those uploads in your inspiration wall. So that's milestone 4. 5 is all about scaling up. So we have a media kit, for example, with ideas. We have template videos that we can create in all languages. We have a landing page template that you can use with QR codes to make it even easier to scale up your team. And in addition, we offer the possibility to do a shared webinar with one of our colleagues or with me, for example, for a larger group within your company, to make sure we're explaining how it works. Use the landing page, use a QR code. People can subscribe, for example, right away to your team to make sure you can really scale up in a proper way and not having to explain the system to every individual, for example. So these are all kind of tips and resources you can use for scaling up your team even more. So that's milestone 5. 6 is also really important. It's all about measuring results. So how can you use the insights part of our system to your advantage? How can you interpret the numbers that we're showing in terms of engagement, reach, share rates, and that kind of information? And it's all about setting up integrations. So, for example, we have a couple of important integrations coming up, such as WhatsApp integration, but also Teams integration is something we're working on. But also think about integrations with platforms such as HubSpot or ATS systems, which is more on the recruitment side. Basically, almost anything is possible here. So if you have a custom integration that you would like to request, you can also contact us here from there to make sure we can contact you, for example, with our development team to see if we can create a custom integration for you, for example. So really important. The idea with milestone 1 to 6 is it's a step-by-step plan that you can just complete from 1 to, for example, step 11, and then complete the entire milestone. 7 is a little bit different. So it's, I think, one of the most important milestones that we have is keeping your team active to make sure everyone is still motivated to keep sharing. Basically, what we did there was give you 11 best practices on how to keep your team active. So it could range from using a survey template, for example, sending it to your team, getting the feedback from your team based on your content, but also on the frequency of posting, for example. Others could be setting up a leaderboard gamification, so incentive program to boost a little bit the fun factor and make sure people are earning points for sharing posts to their accounts. So there are like 11 different ways to activate your team, and the idea here is that you can just choose which ideas you want to perform, and you can choose which one are suitable for your company. You can complete all of them, of course, if you want to, but I would suggest that maybe 1, 2, or 3 to check if that works, and if not, then you can use one of the other ideas, for example, to boost your team. So this is just to give you a global idea of how the milestones work. If we then move to our platform, so I have the platform open here. So this is our web version, and the milestones are added in the support chat. So you can open your support chat, then you'll enter the home screen where you can send us a message, of course, but also use our knowledge base, for example. And then you will have a new tab saying tasks. And you can open the task, and there you will find the different milestones. So here you can see milestone 1 until number 7. And each of these milestones, you can click them open, and then you will see the individual tasks that you still need to complete. So for example, milestone 1 has 11 tasks. I completed the first one, as you can see. You can also see how many minutes you still have left to complete the entire milestone. It's not something you have to complete like in a day or in a week or in a month. You can take your own time and decide, okay, how much time do I need to complete the milestone? Just do it at your own level. There's no rush here from our side or anything. Each of the steps will have their own task, for example. So the first one is watching a couple of videos. There are videos from our e-learning system, mostly short videos, a couple of minutes that you need to complete to get you, for example, more information about the SRO coach basics in this case. Now, there's another one with the strategy basics. And then, for example, task number 3 will have a link to our strategy document. So you can open the document, download it, use it to your advantage. And we also have a video on how to set up your strategy in the right way. So each of these mini tasks will have their own task to complete. And at some point, you will also see coaching sessions. And the coaching sessions are sessions that you can schedule with our customer success team. So for example, you created your first draft of your strategy. You can do a coach session with one of us, maybe with me. And then we'll look at your strategy together, and we can give the feedback based on the strategies that we have created for our other clients, for example, and really help you to make a strategy in the right way and set it up correctly for your team. So that's the coaching sessions. You'll find like 5 or 6 of these coaching sessions divided over all of the milestones. And at some point, for example, in step number 8, you'll have a task in our system. So you'll need to set up your strategy in the Apostle system. So then you go to the sidebar, to the strategy part, fill in your new strategy there, and then complete it in the system. So each of these steps has their own task to complete. And you can complete them on an individual level. So I would really recommend for our new clients to start using it from milestone 1, to just set it up from scratch. For existing clients, really decide for yourself, okay, which of the milestones are really important for us? Do we want to focus, for example, on getting more uploads from the team? Then start with milestone 4. Do you want more information on how to distribute your post in the right way? Okay, go for milestone 3. So this is how you can use the milestones to your advantage. Basically, we put all of the knowledge that we have on implementing a brand ambassador program in the right way in these milestones. So we would really recommend you to start using it. So this is how it will work. In order to get access, it's really important that you contact us, and we can activate it for you for your account. And the idea is that from our customer success team, we want to schedule a meeting with you and then decide together with you, okay, which of the milestones are really important for you. And then we will activate it in your support chat, and you can just go from there, and we'll help you wherever you need the help in our system. So basically, that's just an overview of how it will work. The first clients are already using it right now, and the reactions are really positive. So we would really recommend you to start using it. Schedule a meeting with me in the email that you've got, or contact us to our support chat to set up a meeting. We'll be happy to help you and activate these milestones for you in your team. So thank you for watching. Hopefully everything was clear. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. All right. Thank you for watching.